Hi, this is Slimedog.
And Topo?
And today we're playing Gems of War on the PS4. This is a fun little Bejeweled clone that's got sort of Candy Crush aspects of it, and I really feel kind of guilty about playing, but it's just so much fun, I can't stop. I've been playing for months now.
Over a year at least.
Over
Yeah,
a year?
it's been a
That
while.
doesn't surprise me.
It's been a while.
It's a free-to-play game. Anyone can download it. Anyone can play it. It's got microtransactions, but they're absolutely not required to play. We've spent very little, if anything, on it. So, but yeah, it's a cool little game. It's got a bunch of fun features going for it. It's got this kind of a sword and sorcery D&D type overview on top. Knights, dragons, monsters, all that good stuff. It feels a bit like Puzzle Quest if you've played that, in the sense that the colors you match trigger off special abilities for your troops. But one of the things it has is like all these kingdoms in a base kingdom. You've got daily stuff to pick up. Like here, we've got money waiting for us in our home kingdom because we haven't grabbed it in the past 20 minutes. And
there are many kingdoms. They weren't all here initially. You open them up I think you start with Broken Spire?
Broken Spire, I think, is the first one.
And it offers, the arena is the optional,
the unique
sort of
type of battle in Broken Spire, yeah.
Because normally you just have Kingdom Quest Challenge.
Right.
But Broken Spire has arena, and Zulkari has treasure hunt, which is a little bonus thing you can do as well. If you want to do treasure, if you get treasure maps, you can use those to just build up some resources.
All the different types of currency that they have.
Right.
Here, bring up show our team real quick here. We've been the way the game works is you're playing Bejeweled, but you set up a team of guys, characters, monsters. You've got a hero that can use weapons, or you've got all these different cards that you pick up that represent different monsters, and you put together a team of 4 of them, and that determines what the colors on your monsters determines when you make matches in the game. The colors fill up the mana of that particular creature or hero, and once you get it full, like in this case, the hero has 16. Once that gets full, then you can use the ability, which in this case is Noxus Gas.
In
it
this
has several effects.
Case, it's 16 purple or green. Some of them it's just one color. There's a prism one, which is any color, but that's pretty rare. I think that's just a hero weapon that you can get.
Right, and word is that there's 3 color monsters in the works too, so we should have an update pretty soon here where we get that.
Let's see where the hero ones are. Here's some.
If you play with a hero, that's your kind of goofy looking main character who's on the front screen. You can give him a weapon, any of the weapons that you've gained. And the weapons, they all have different effects. Usually it's something damage related, but sometimes it's support or it just shuffles the board around. And in the beginning of the game, the hero's great. It's your best character, and it's really kind of strongly advised that you start off with a hero and 3 monsters. As you get more monsters and as you level your monsters, they're probably going to surpass your hero at some point. So,
yeah, especially when you get some of the rare ones. As you notice, our main team, oh darn it, I left troops, consists of orange cards. They start white, green, blue, purple, and then orange. And then there's the ultimate, which it's hard to come by, and it's a light blue color.
Right, which actually standalone like native white-blue creatures haven't actually been rolled out yet for the console version, but word is we're going to get a whole bunch of updates soon, and that should be part of it. When you're playing the game, there's a bunch of different modes. The story mode is sort of the basic. Every kingdom has its own little story campaign. It's about maybe, 20 missions long or so.
I was going to show them, but we've cleared them all out.
I think so. You can show the icon for it.
But you go to the quests.
Under quests right here. And if you pick that, it starts off, each kingdom gives you sort of a guide person who talks to you through the story, and kind of you walk through their story.
Like, come do this quest with me, and then you go through the quest, and it's about 30 little battles that you go through until you hit the big boss at the end, and then they're like, yay, well, thanks for helping me, blah blah blah, I'll join your team now, and you get the card for it. Basically is how that works.
Yes, which is a purple card, and in the beginning of the game, that's going to be one of the best ways to get
to
really
get a
rare
nice
purple
cards.
When you start playing, you're going to want to get the rarest cards pretty quick, and that's probably the best way. You also pick up other currencies by playing through the missions, so that's good too. Once you've done the quest mode, you can move on to the challenges. And these are like level 1 through 5. You unlock them by playing through the story mode.
I think it's like about every 3 little battles in the story mode opens up it's like 1 to 3 battles will open up one of these challenges. And each of the challenges has up to 5 levels of difficulty in them.
Right.
Sorry.
And the battles are sort of preset with different creatures from these kingdoms, from each kingdom. But the big perk is after you get to level 5, or you beat level 5 for one of these, which honestly is not that hard once you've got a decent team going, you end up with a big chunk of souls. And
I
souls are what you use to level up your guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, the arena mode from Broken Spire that we saw earlier, that is sort of a drafting mode, and that one you don't get to pick your team. It presents you with a series of choices as to how to create your team. So it'll pop up 3 weapons, and you give one of those weapons to your hero. Then it'll pop up 3 white creatures, and you pick the best white creature of that, or whichever one you want to draft into your team. 3 green creatures and 3 blue creatures, and then that makes up your team. You can rearrange the order, but honestly, like, I mean, you could get stuck with really great guys, you could have really horrible guys, who knows? And you play through a series of matches against other people's randomly drafted arena teams, and if you can get 8 wins in a row, then you get a really good chunk of change. And the rewards progress, so if you beat, like, 7 matches, you're still getting pretty good loot. It's a good way to do it, but it also is really helpful more for beginners. It's a great payout at the end, and because it's all based on randomly drafted troops.
Here's your rewards.
Here's the reward table, and if you see over 8, it's not bad. You
get
keys,
nice chunk of change there.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. It's actually pretty good reward loot. But this one is good for early players because if you don't have, if you haven't built up that massive stable of creatures, you can use this to play with, on even footing with even people who are really late in the game. So. There's the treasure hunt that you mentioned. You don't use any of your creatures. On that one, you end up matching. It uses
it
treasure
plays
hunt
differently. Yeah.
It does. It's almost like it's still Bejeweled-ish, but it's almost like a totally different game. You don't use your creatures. You match various kind of treasures together. You have a set number of moves, and getting 3 or 4 or 5 in a row either gives you another move or it grants you.
4 is a free turn. 5 gets you an extra turn. You start with 8 moves, and sometimes you get a lousy bunch and you'll only get to go like 20 times or something, but usually 40 to 60 moves isn't unusual if you're very careful with it. The difference is bouncing back and forth between this and the gems. You can forget that where you make your treasure, it holds that spot, as opposed to gems where you clear out the row or it clears away. Here it actually keeps one of the icons in place, so it doesn't always fall into place how you might think. So you can get kind of
there's subtle differences mechanically.
Right.
And this is one of the modes, by the way, that Topo excels at, like, far more than I do. I can't
he gets frustrated with it. We, by the way, play this on the PS4, and he started playing this, and I would glomp on while he was at work and play it some more, and he's like, I hate doing. We were doing tasks over, which I believe he'll probably talk about.
Absolutely,
there's the tasks. And there'd be a task of like do 3 treasure maps, and it would sit up there, and he's like, I don't want to do that. So while he was at work, I would be like, that's okay, I'll just do these. And then I, Tuesday rolled around, and I do a rank up.
The tasks is the list over on the left there, and now it changes every Tuesday. It didn't used to. It used to update constantly, but
not
now,
the tasks. The tasks update every day.
Update every day now. And like you can see up there on ours, there we have 2 completed and 2 outstanding.
You mentioned Tuesday is the PvP resets on Tuesday. Tasks update all the time.
Yes.
When you're a lower level, I think is what was the difference for us once we, I guess, broke 200 maybe.
I think it was an update.
No, because our friends that are level 1 are cranking through. When initially we were able to do, if you did a task, it was completed, you could do another task and then do another one. We have to wait until tomorrow before we get a fresh set of, the ones that have completed won't reset until tomorrow 11.
Show the tasks. You can see each task has a reward also.
There it is.
So, like this one, you get 6 gems if you complete that second task, and 10 if you complete the third task. Gems are the kind of the real money currency, but there's various ways to get them in the game, so it's not just by paying real money, but you can do a whole lot of things with gems, so they're an excellent thing to build up.
Shop?
Yep, there's the shop. This is where you can either spend real money on microtransactions, buy gems, buy any kind of...
You can use your gems to buy gold. I don't recommend it, but...
Yeah, or souls.
Or souls.
Also not a great exchange rate.
Not bad to buy your armor here, though.
This is actually... Yeah, you want to tell them about the armor?
Save up... Well, you save up your gems and pick up armor. I think they start at 50, 50, 50, and then 100, 100 for these 3. And they are bonuses to either money, souls, or XP, and you want to, if you can save up 50 and get just 1 is fine. If you save up 100 and can get 2 is great, and then the next one up is 250, and it's still only doing 2, but they're bigger rewards on that. And then 500 is where you get to have a little of everything, and we went for the gold, souls, and more gold, and then souls and XP for those guys. But
truthfully, armor is where you want to spend your gems, especially initially.
Initially, save up and spend it here.
Once you've got as good armor as you're going to get, then that's fine. But yeah, initially, this is where you get the biggest dividends for your gems.
XP is a great one because as you rank up, you get more weapons for your hero.
Right, and improve your mana mastery, which is your affinity towards one or the other mana colors. And the higher your mastery, the better chance that matching gems will give you more mana than just the 3 you normally get.
Gold was another good one to get.
Gold is
these were I think the first 2 that you got was the XP and then gold. And then
rewards are important. This is the weekly glory
and this
challenge.
Is purchased with glory, not unlike this. This one costs gems. This one costs glory.
Glory's little wings in the top corner. You earn glory through mostly doing PvP fights, attacks and defenses, but there's some other things that can get you glory as well.
These 2 are fine. I wouldn't. I'd save my glory for this. This is where it's at. No. I mean, you can get Spoils of War if you needed to. It's an okay one. It's got maps and it's a little everything. But this is where you really want to save your money for. Every week, this changes on Tuesday to a new card. The Wyvern is what it is this week. It's not always blue. It's usually...
It can be a varying rarity. Like blue is usually as low as it goes. Generally,
I've never seen it. I don't recall
on rare occasions, you can get an orange, a rare card out of it. But you get one of these monster cards. You get some of the rare stones to improve the traits on that monster.
Right.
And event keys generally tend to pop really great cards. So... basically, it's what you want to save your glory for. Now, speaking of keys, the way you get new cards in the game is you build up these keys. You can get gold keys by either buying them with gold or by earning them in matches.
Do one?
Yeah, go ahead. As you can see, you use a key, it gives you a card. The gold keys are the most common keys, and so they give you the most common cards.
You get them pretty much all the any battle you do. I mean, they drop left and right.
Yeah, constantly.
Plus, they're also not that expensive if you have gold. So.
Right, I think you can buy 50 of them for 15,000, which may seem like a lot at low levels, but it's really not.
It's not
like,
that. Yeah.
You can do
it'll start
gold
cranking
keys
up
all day long. Glory keys you get from making matches in chess. You get them from treasure maps, doing treasure maps.
Right.
You can get them as rewards from the guild, and there's a few other ways you can get them too. These are kind of the more uncommon ones. Glory keys typically pop green cards. Yeah, go ahead and... Wow, we have a bunch of them back, but don't we?
Well, we're saving them because sometimes that's a task to open 10 or 20 chests. So
yeah, good.
We often will sit on them for a little bit. Plus, we just don't always get to it.
It gets you slightly rare cards, slightly rare trait stones.
And the higher up trait stones, like you start with major and minors, which are the smaller trait stones. Common troops. This is a little bit better on your troops, or runics and majors, which is good, and a chance for legendary, which maybe we have.
Really small chance, but yeah, it could happen.
I don't know. I'd say we probably have gotten an arcane or maybe an orange card before,
Gotten
I'm
a few
sure.
through the years, but not a heck of a lot. But then again, we don't get that many orange cards in general.
Right.
The gem keys are kind of really where it's at. These are a lot harder to get. You get them really rarely in treasure map fights.
Right.
Or you can actually pay like the in-game currency, the gems, to get them. And those tend to pop very rare guys. Blue and purple cards, they get you the really rare trade stones and better chances of getting the legendaries out of it. Yeah, go ahead. Let's see what we got. And another one of him. Okay.
It's okay.
We're
like,
the event keys, you usually only get those by either redeeming glory points or by
the aforementioned bundle that we were talking about. This is what you would get.
Right.
That from.
They also tend to splash them around when you use real world currency to actually buy.
Sure.
Buy things. You'll get some event keys thrown on top of it. And same thing with the VIPs, although that's even more.
This is the only.
Elite.
I think the only real way you get these guys is from spending real world cash.
And a pretty substantial quantity of it too. But once you get that unlocked, you can get these VIP ones, which give you great drops. I suppose we're not there yet. So
again, we've spent like $10 on the game just for little this and that. So it's over, and that's over a year and a half or so. But
well, now what all these do is, if you want to go check out our troops, we can. There's several different ways to advance your troops. You start out with, like, say, a white card at level 1. I don't think we have any.
I don't know if we have.
But
you can sort your cards here by owned and all. Order. Level, upgradable, rarity, and attack. Oh, these things which I don't know. Usually we use level or upgradable. The upgradable shows here the little green arrows show that they're trait upgradable, and they're little blue arrows if they are ascension upgradable, and they'll do a blue-green if it's both.
And by upgradable, you
and
mean
we'll
that
see
you
that,
have
and
the
we'll
trait
show you
stones.
the.
Go ahead and go.
I was going to show the. Oh.
Any old guy. Bring him up.
Okay, I'm gonna show Scion because I.
Okay, this is one of the guys we use. He's really great.
Scion.
Yeah, here on the card, let's kind of walk through.
Okay, let me go to somebody who's not actually been who needs to be leveled.
Yeah, he'll work.
He's upgradable. I mean,
you can see basically, he's level 16. You can get him to level 17 by spending souls. There's the icon there. Those the little balls, you get those from fighting. It's one of the currencies.
You can put them up to 18, and the souls we have are up there on the left. How many we've got, and this is what it would take.
The higher their rarity level, the higher you can upgrade them. So I think white you can only upgrade up to 15. Green uncommon is 16. Blue is 17, etc., etc. Now, and that's sort of the standard way to improve, and what that does is just bumps up the stats. You've got 4 stats: attack, armor, magic, and life. Attack is how much damage you do when you get skulls in a match. Armor is basically life, but they have to go through your armor to get to your life, generally. Magic is how effective your special ability is. All the special abilities, or almost all of them, are tied to, they have a variable on it that can go up or down depending on how high your magic is. So it could be damage, it could be healing. Like in this case, 7 magic means he gives all allies 7 armor. So, you know, if you can get that magic up, then you can, you know, make that more effective. And then life, once you run out of life, that guy's dead. So you want life high if you can. When you get multiple copies of a card, what you can do is ascend him. So
and that's the blue arrow I was talking about.
Right. Yes. So like say like you've got a white card, great. You're playing for a while. You get a couple more. Eventually, you have 6 white cards. What you can do is do this ascension then, and you can take 6 of them. Like for this guy, we only have 4. But if we had 2 more, we could ascend him and make him from a purple card into an orange card. And the game effect of that is it allows you to level him up 1 more level, as well as, like I said, in this case it would be from 17 to 18, I think. And it also lets you, it improves all of his stats by 1. So it's, you know, the game effect...
He can do 18 here, so he can go up to 19.
That would be 19 if we improved him then. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now, that's sort of fun and all, but that's still just stats. Where the real strategy comes in is these traits that were introduced somewhat recently. With traits, you can use these stones that you pick up as treasure, and you can unlock 3 different traits for each troop. Each troop, the traits that you get for each troop are static and fixed, and once you unlock them, that troop always has those traits when you go into battle with that troop. They unlock from top to bottom, and they generally get better as they go down. So the first trait is the cheapest one to unlock. In this case, he deals double skull damage to undead. So if he's facing off against if the first guy in the other party is an undead, then he's going to do double damage whenever he matches skulls. That's pretty good. Okay. Second one here is Avenger. You gain 3 attack when an ally dies. So if you put him at the end of a party and all the allies died, he'd end up with an extra 9 attack just for being alive at the end. Again, since attack ties into how much skull damage you do, also good. The bottom one is probably the best one, and that is 25% damage reduction from skulls. So whenever anyone deals damage, they only do 75% of that damage. 25% just goes off across the top.
And as you go through each one, it starts with the lower level trait stones, and they get into higher. I'll show you real quick.
Harder and harder to find. Yeah.
Eventually, like we're on the last one for this guy, and so we need Schnazzy.
Yeah, some minors, these arcane ones are really hard to get, and the celestials are the absolute rarest trait stones. Thankfully, they're every color, so they're not dependent on one color. You don't have to match them to the type of mana.
Oh, right.
The arcane ones are very difficult to get because you have to match that combination of mana, like in this case blue, purple, to the mana colors of the creature that you're trying to upgrade.
And that's where we found if you're lucky enough to the reward for the day for this week happens to have here in the shop, if you can get to this guy. And he happened to be a blue-purple, I might pick up a few extras to be able to level the guy that I want to level, even if it's not this guy.
Right.
I could use that to level. Sometimes we were short by like 1 stone. I was like, come on.
Definitely.
Finding that one last stone is...
On this guy, the Wyvern's power was green and brown this week. And
right.
If we had somebody who was green and brown that we wanted to level, we would most definitely pour all of our glory into him just so we could get those stones. There's 25 different kinds of arcane stones, so on top of the fact that they're really rare and hard to get, there's 25 different types, so getting the right type of the really rare stone gets to be maddening. So.
And that's why once we get to the next level of this, we would be required to use the trait stones and the arcane trait stones, and then on the last level it would be also arcanes and celestial, I believe.
Right.
So you need a lot of those, in this case blue-red stones.
Absolutely. The disenchant is if you get extra copies of the troop and you don't want to send him, or maybe you've already sent him as far as he can go, you can disenchant extra copies of the card to turn them into souls, XP. You don't get a whole lot of it, but it's better than having cards piled up that do nothing. It used to be disenchant was the way to go before they made the traits and the trade stones and the Ascension.
Right, that's right.
You used to do with your extra cards. But nowadays we tend to save all of our cards for ascending purposes, just because it's fun and we like to improve guys just randomly if we can.
Well, yeah, we've got plenty of souls that we can play with. We're hardly ever needing, I suppose. And also, I wanted to point out, if for example you had like this, you were particularly fond of this particular character card, if you wanted to put 3 of him in your deck, if you had 3 of them, you could do so. Right.
In fact, pro tip here, if you're looking for a really decent white team of common guys at the beginning of the game,
I'll go to it.
Take 4 Rockworms, which are a common creature. They're white when you first get them, and stick them on a team, and they feed off each other. They're great. They do really well.
Find my Rockworm.
It's this guy right there. Yeah, he makes brown mana, and he uses the brown mana to do damage and make more brown mana. So
he's cheap too.
Yeah,
like
he's
a couple matches, especially if you bump up your brown mana matching.
Mm-hmm.
You end up making brown. I mean, yeah, you could just run the board with burrowing, and yes, you're right. Initially, this is a great guy to have extras of.
Yeah. Well, let's see. There's also the other thing that they have is guilds.
Skills. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that.
The skills, it just talks about the total actual attack, armor, magic, and health for your guy, and it shows you all the modifiers for any particular one. So basically, if you're wondering why, you thought you had a tiny little worm, but you went into battle with him and it turned out he was 25, you can come here and find out all of the things that are affecting his stats. So it's more of a helpful,
info thing, but
see how it all goes into
but
it.
Yeah, because we fully traded him because hello.
Because he's awesome.
Okay, where you were going next? I'm sorry.
The guilds.
Oh, the guilds.
Because it's an online game, it has asynchronous PvP, so you don't actually fight against live people. You fight against the teams that they put together previously, and the computer AI runs their team.
That's the people.
But.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. And there's 3 different things going on here in PvP. At least right now. Again, this is going to get expanded with when the next update rolls around. But you can attack and invade, which is basically fight a random guy who's at least around your level.
So they say.
Theoretically, we keep getting matched against people way huge, but I think when you get higher up, there's not a whole lot of people around to match you against. There's revenge battles, which means of the people who attacked you last, you get to counterattack them and try to get some of your money back, and it's super helpful. It's actually
mainly the biggest. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, a big reason to do it. Sometimes you get tasks, which is win 3 revenge battles. In this case, we're only 3 away from getting the big bonus at the end there. At 15, 30, 45, we got 7,000 money and 53 souls for each of those points. Aside from what you just get from winning the defense battle.
Yeah.
You get big bonuses along the way, and then at the end you get like a lot of souls. I don't remember, but a ton of souls. Seems like 3,000, but I don't know if that's right.
I don't believe this resets you every week either, so it's
no, this is just whenever you get a chance to come in and defend and...
So if you do attack, you get whatever rewards you get from attack, but if you do a defend, you get the same rewards you get from the attack, plus you build up this gauge, and you get some extra gold back from the guy who attacked you. So revenge battles are often the way to go. And
I don't know, sometimes you'll end up against somebody who has their biggest, finest, baddest cards, and whatever, it's frustrating because you end up...
In fact, usually that's the case. Usually people tend to set, as their defensive team, when you hit defenders, you pick which of your teams you want to represent you when people attack you. Most people pick their big teams so that they can have successful defenses. Since it seems like the rewards for successful defenses are about like what they are for failing, and when you fail, you get to do the more profitable counterattacks. We find it to be actually beneficial if you lose. So instead, we've put for a defensive team a really horrible team.
Not horrible. We got one little guy.
He's horrible. He's a peasant. It doesn't get any worse than this.
Well, it does if he were a white card. If he were still white.
We did level our peasant a little bit.
Oh, you even gave him a trait, apparently.
I was feeling generous.
Yeah,
so,
because we personally don't mind losing and would prefer it because we get the bonus of getting to do defensive battles and fighting those, and then as the aforementioned rewards, every 15 levels you get like big, $7,000 is not a bad thing. So that's how we do it.
Right.
Some people are, and there's long drawn out ones that are aggravating, that it's like, fine, just kill me and be done with it.
So one of the things you get from doing PvP fights is trophies, and trophies come in helpful if you're in a guild.
Okay.
So a guild is a group of players online, and if you want to find a guild, you can go to the roster and just browse through all the guilds as they're ranked, and pick one out and see if you can join it.
I don't know. This is a guild. This is our roster.
Not the roster. I'm sorry. The league, the ranking. You go to the league.
Thank you.
It just gives you a big list of all the guilds starting at the top. A lot of the higher guilds have certain requirements per week. They want you to do so many matches, earn so many trophies, donate so much gold to guild tasks, basically to make sure you pay into it to get the substantial rewards that you get from being in their very active guild. Down here we have the Let's Play Guild.
Here's Santa's Big Gifts, which is
like
they
#1 right now.
And they've been around for a long time, I think, and they've got 30 members. Now we're open to 20.
Don't show more guild.
We're open to 21 members, and
we're down a ways. We've got plenty of slots. So if you happen to be either beginner or intermediate and you want to join a guild on the PS4, let us know. Just actually put your invite code. Show the invite code.
At this one, you'll have to.
Let's just start it. It's on the pause screen. You can see it. Just pause it, and the invite code's at the bottom there. if you just post your invite code in the comments, and we'll be happy to send you an invite to our guild. We've got plenty of slots, and there's no
It's
membership
also open,
requirements,
so
or you could just browse to us and find us. And,
if
and
you
that'll
can,
work,
because
too.
we're not picky at this point. We're happy to have you if you would like to come join us. And
what do you get for being in our guild, you ask?
oh, indeed.
Basically, the bonus.
One of the things.
One of the things that guilds do are tasks. Basically, there's 3 different tasks you can do. By doing the task, you just pay money. Is what it is, and everybody can pay however much they want. If you chip in 1,000, great. If you if you pay the whole thing off, either way, it doesn't matter. Once the task is completed, everybody in the guild gets that reward. So, say you're broke that week, say you're new and you don't have any money, it doesn't matter. Being in a guild, you will benefit from these tasks that other people in the guild complete.
Right,
So,
and while we would appreciate people donating other than just us, it's also understandable if you just started the game and you have 500 gold. We do not expect you to be dumping 8,000 at a time. That's fine.
No one expects people who are just starting out to have like tons of extra gold to donate to these things.
On the other hand, once you do, and it's nice to share, and we appreciate it, and everyone gets to win on that one.
Doing the task is a great way to get glory keys. You get gems, you get souls, as you see here, and
money, treasure maps,
all sorts of great stuff, and that just rolls in every day. You log in, you collect your guild task rewards from whatever your guild did.
Whoever did it. And then there's the blue guild cash, whatever that is, which goes towards bonuses.
Guild bonus credits, and those are used to buy mana mastery that everyone in the guild gets. So at this point, like, you can see the different mastery levels for all the colors. If we had enough to buy another one, we bump that up a little bit. And as we accumulate those tokens, we just add those to the mastery level, so everybody gets, these better passive buffs.
And right now we've got it
for every fight you do.
Kind of spread out and even, because there's no, everyone gets bonus depending on your team. Odds are, there's various teams. We've got a green team, we've got a brown team, but our main team doesn't even use brown, so whatever. We also sometimes leave the cash up there, and if a guild member wants a particular color that they would prefer, then they're welcome to spend it where they want to.
Let's see. The activities list is just a log of what everybody in the guild has been up to, like what tasks they've donated to, and who they fought, how successful.
Yay! Defended successfully. Thank goodness, because
Part of the thing about the PvP in this game, and again, it's asynchronous PvP, so it's not like you're fighting a real live person, but the odds of winning PvP are really good, even at high levels, no matter where you are. As long as you think about your moves, you plan things out. We typically win, 90-95% of the matches that we have, and they generally pair us up against people who are way higher level than we are. So, that being said, I mean, you don't have to be afraid of it. Like, the AI is kind of dumb a lot of times. There's no reason not to jump into the PvP and have fun. I'm the least multiplayer-oriented guy in the world, and if I was playing against live people, I probably wouldn't be playing this game.
That's what initially got me. Once I realized that he wasn't actually playing against somebody else, I was like, fine, I'll do a round now and again. And the two of us play it together. I don't need to sink any more time of my day into my own personal account. So we both just do on this one account and have fun with it, and
well, let's do one of those revenge battles.
Shall do.
Just so we can do an actual game and enough of flipping through menus and talking about stuff.
Do you have stuff to talk about? Meanwhile, let's see. And this is okay. The guy, Kale attacked me. What level is he? He's rank 1. We're both rank 1 this week. We've both leveled up. He's 307. That's not so bad.
He's wearing really great armor.
I purchased this for $50.
Yeah, it costs you $50 in real world money if you want to buy it. We haven't bought that armor yet, and we tend to look down our nose at people who have.
Hey, well...
I'm joking.
But I do figure if I end up in a battle against somebody like that, odds are decent. I'm going to have... They paid to...
get some pretty good street going. Yeah. Sure enough, look at that.
Yeah, but they... Two bats.
Two bats and
Mercy.
Mercy's a big healer. Valkyrie generally is used to generate souls. Most people use it if they put together a deck that's just there to build up XP. And the man bats are one that we're using, or the
Crimson
bat. Man bat. I'm thinking of Batman, actually. He's the villain. Crimson Bat does true damage to everybody. True damage ignores armor, it just goes straight to damage. In fact, all of our guys, or at least our top 3 guys, all do true damage, so we pretty much don't care about armor. What are you looking at?
I asked if you had any preference.
Oh, you got this.
Yes, I've got this. Great. The true damage is the name of the team. You may have noticed it as. Oh, come on! Yes. So thankfully, AI did not grab this 4 here, which will give us an extra turn, as well as if you look down at the bottom, Celestasia will get a free shield. Divine Shield is her trait, so that
level
helps.
Trait gives her a barrier. So every time 4 or 5 matches made. And the barrier will absorb 1 hit no matter how big it is. So it's a really
oh my
great
goodness.
damage.
Earlier I had somebody that was
Yeah, that one.
this one?
Yeah. Not the other one.
Somebody that was doing I think he had 99 damage per hit with Skull, and thank goodness for that Divine Shield, or
Wouldn't have lasted long. Yeah.
no. I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, now as you can see, as we make matches, it fills up the numbers, the mana for these troops. See, like right now up top, Venoxi's at 6 to 16. Just got another green, and it goes up to 9, so 3 there. And because of our mana mastery, if we happen to get a mana surge, which occurs randomly, we could get a lot more than 3 with a match. If you get 4, you get the same mana, but you get the 4, but you also get an extra turn. And if you do 5, you get double the mana. So 5 is ideal, but not.
Yay on the blue, but oh no, not the blue. And there they got their. I'm gonna do the 4 first.
That's a good one.
Fingers crossed. How's this gonna drop in there?
Okay.
Ooh.
No,
Dang
not
it.
quite, does it?
Come on!
We're trying to set up. Oh, there's 4 browns up top.
Okay, I'll do that.
We're trying to set up a way to drop in those 2 skulls with the other 2 skulls so that we could get an extra turn out of it.
I can't even drop these guys either. And I don't have Venoxia up either. At times like this, when there's so many skulls on the board, sometimes I'll use my top person that the top card changes colors, and it can sometimes wipe out some of the extra skulls so that...
In this case, though, if you match any of the skulls, it will do enough damage to kill him. Just make sure you don't set up 4 skulls for him later. So maybe do the one they're recommending, or possibly, you know what? Do that one on the side.
Let's think of this
do
one.
That guy, and then he'll have enough to hit us once.
Right, but
there'll
I'll
be
still have enough
skull
to...
match on the board.
There's at least...
So we can get another hit in out of it. So you
but there's actually 2 left here. Well, I'll do this one. That way it wants to leave one for
mess
him.
it up for him.
Alrighty.
There you go.
There we go. And bat as soon as I can.
Oh,
Ugh. Mercy. And there goes their bat.
Oh, you got a bat? Do your bat?
I will do my bat.
Done with the bats.
I got one of them out of there, but...
Let's see how much he's doing.
9's also.
Okay, so let's see. I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. See, this is what happens.
Do the blue. No, don't do the blues. It'll set up greens for him.
And do the greens and get the blues.
That'll work. Yes, that's better.
I can't believe I wasn't. See, this is what happens. Now you gotta be talking. Somebody has to concentrate.
No, not those. You could have dropped in skulls. Here.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay,
tell me what to do.
Fine. I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
No, it's fine. You need to just spot me for good moves.
Well, you weren't. Okay, usually I do fine on my own.
Across the board. Okay, you've got a blue and a green here,
I do the blue yellow.
which will let both the bat and give some to Celestasia, but not enough to let her go.
Yeah, but at least now you can do
Mana surge.
skulls of the 4 variety.
Boom. Okay. Now things are looking better for us. Let's do...
Wait, do the blue. Do the blue.
Not the bat?
Yeah, do the blue. Now you've got everyone ready to go.
Mana
Because we
surge.
share blue on the last 3 of our
Mana
cards,
surge.
You don't have to keep, you can do the bat now, or you do the skulls if you
Mana
want.
surge.
Because the last 3 use blue, it sometimes ends up... Do Scion then.
If you do Scion, it actually
Mana
drains the
surge.
mana from
Mana
them.
surge.
And see, she did have enough to do her ability, but then we used that, so...
And now it's
Mana
Now
surge.
we're done.
and done, indeed.
So there you go. That's what a game of this looks like. It's really, really fun. Seriously, check it out. You'll thank me later.
And these are the rewards you get. Oh, I skipped over our trophies, but the trophies which go towards the guild. Right now we've cranked up we've gotten enough trophies to get an extra 20% gold every day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice.
And yeah, it's really great. You can spend as much or as little time on it as you want.
Yes.
It's free to play.
Yes.
And like really free, not like you have to
Quasi-free.
spend money to actually make it happen.
No.
It's-
If you want to buy... Oh, that's what we didn't show on... Not on the chest. We didn't show the last thing, which was the bundles. These are things you actually pay for. And there are various things... this is one week. Not this one, but... there was one bonus that for $5 we got free treasure maps for 15 days.
Show them the armor that I
Yeah, where's
vocally
the... is that
despise,
obsidian?
but
No,
secretly
oh yeah, oh
desire.
that's right.
There you go. See, $50.
What is it, Death Knight?
Yeah, and there's that crazy armor that gives you plus 100% on everything. If you want to throw $50 to the game, it's not a bad investment, but I don't know. We haven't
there
gone
it is.
that
It
far.
gives you 100, 100, 100,
Mm-hmm.
whereas otherwise you can only do 150, 50,
And
I
a whole
think.
boatload of keys. Actually, if you're looking
Yeah,
for
and the keys,
if you're
too.
looking for the best way to spend $5, go back to the beginning. Might I recommend the Obsidian bundle, which we actually bought a zillion years ago.
That was before I was playing too.
It's the only way to get the Obsidian armor, but honestly, and the Obsidian armor isn't that great.
But it's nice.
It's
XP
enough to
souls.
get you a good start in the game.
And it gives you gold, it gives you some souls and some
Mhm.
gem and gold keys. That's not a bad deal for $5.
Yeah.
Like I said, that one, and then one time there was for $5 you got 3 treasure maps a day for 15 days.
Yeah, that was kind of
And
fun.
that was fun because like I said, sometimes that's part of that. They've upped the difficulty on getting treasure maps. It used to be if you got 5 matches you would get a treasure map, but now I think it's up to 7, and that's a lot harder to do.
Yeah, there's
In a
huge
row,
treasure maps.
it's 5 matches in a row in a battle.
But there you go. That's Gems of War.
There you go, indeed.
Very fun. We love it a lot, and we'll probably keep playing it for a zillion years.
Indeed. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess that's it.
Well, there's plenty
Well,
more
yes.
to delve into the game and explore.
Sure.
But
And again,
that's the high points.
as I always mention, please just go ahead and leave questions in the comments if you have any questions about any of it. We're more than happy to help answer anything.
And send us your invite code, and we'll send you an invite if you're playing on the PS4.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching.
Bye.